Live is starting here in a second. Hi guys, how you doing? This is Doug Best. We live here on the Doug Best Show podcast, and I got two distinguished guests here tonight. We gonna talk about something I know that's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. The outrageous bills of the PG&E, and we here to share just a little information on it, and also we're gonna talk about Proposition 33. I'm not sure too much about 34, but before we get started, I got to do what the lawyers always tell me to do. I got to tell everybody, my sentiments or my thinking or the Doug Best Show might not necessarily agree with Miss Alice or with the great Maurice. And I got two guests here. First of all, the ladies always first. I got Miss Alice Smith, and she wanted to make sure that I say her last name first. She's married to a prominent Italian, Carvo. And she's a former teacher. She worked in the correctional institution for a lot of years. She's been around. She raised three beautiful children. And also we have Mr. Maurice Simpson. Everybody know Maurice. He's been here for many, many years. And you guys, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we're going to try to get going. And what I want everybody to know, on the Doug Best Show, we want to always try to add some value to your life. And we were sitting here talking before we even got started. I said, we're going to talk about PG&E. We're going to talk about Proposition 33. But at the end, the people want to know, well, okay, Doug, you on there. How's it gonna affect my life? We're gonna try to give you 5 or 6 different programs where you could go and get your PG&E bill reduced. I'm in the same position as everybody else at my personal home, the beautiful home. I never go there too much because me and my senorita got another home, but the bill is $450. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the bill is so high. And here at this place is $500 or $600. I'm never here, but I got cameras and lights everywhere. So we're going to get going. We want everybody out there to always go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in the Doug Best Show and help the platform grow. So, this is a platform for the people. The Doug Best Show, go to YouTube, type in the Doug Best Show and subscribe. And Miss Alice, just for real briefly, just introduce yourself. And Maurice introduce himself. And we need people out there to comment. If you out there and they charging you a whole bunch of money for PG&E, tell us what you think. You could type in, can do some comments. Okay, Miss Alice, talk to us. How you doing?
Hi,
well, you're
Doug.
looking beautiful, girl. She says I'm not photogenic.
I'm not.
You looking wonderful.
Hi, Doug. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm 76 years old. My husband is 78. And I taught at Fresno Unified and then again at Central Unified and at Corcoran Prison and at Chowchilla. So I've been teaching for roughly 30 years. I'm retired now, but it's wonderful when I run into former students and they say, hey, Miss Smith.
Wonderful.
But anyway, so I'm like everybody else. Sure, I have a degree from UCLA. I have a degree from FIDM, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, and I have a master's in education administration. But like everybody else, I have to pay a PG&E bill. And for 2.5 years, my husband and I left Fresno. We went to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And we were in a nearly 4,000 square foot house, and our energy bill was like $300 a month or less. And we moved back to California, and we purchased a house, 2,300 square feet. And I called PG&E and asked them, what did the former owners pay? They would not tell me. I got my bill, and it was $769, and I nearly fainted. And
but you got plenty of money. You worried about that?
Hey, that's just it. I don't have plenty of money.
Okay, well,
they're
let me know.
trying to get all of my money.
Okay.
And so I called a girlfriend of mine who's...
Is anybody out there having the same problem with PG&E? Don't tell me it's just me. Is anybody else out there having the same problem? Don't say it's just me, Miss Alice, and Big Maurice. Ain't nobody, everybody, Is anybody else out there? Somebody make a comment. Good evening, Miss Muhammad. Go ahead, Miss Alice. I apologize.
That's all right.
But Miss Alice, you ain't got... Okay, go ahead. I don't. You look
Okay.
rich. I don't
So
know what's wrong.
yeah, look, Rich. So I called one of my girlfriends. Her husband was a big time attorney in Fresno. One of the buildings in River Park, his name is on, or it used to be on. And she said, "Well, Alice," that's the way she talks. She's so sweet. She said, "Alice, our bill is like $1,400 a month." I nearly fainted. Okay, and so here
What
we
you look
are.
like when you
Oh my
get
God, I'm so unphotogenic. But here we
you're
are
beautiful.
with these high bills. And so my husband and I got solar. And
And that's a robbery. I'm spending 23,000 to put solar in them apartments over there, but I'm gonna pay them though. Go ahead, Miss Alice.
a scam. Okay, the first year of our solar bill was
Beautiful. Now you
$137.
should love that.
Yeah, that's good. And then the following year it was almost 300. So now I've got a nearly $300 solar bill, because it was a loan, and then I have the PG&E bills in the winter because you're paying more for heat than for the air conditioning, and so I'm back up to $600 a month.
Okay, so Miss Alice, so Maurice, we're gonna get to you real fast. If anybody out there having the same problems, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. So, how much was the solar panels initially?
$50,000.
50,000. I'm building some apartments over there on Jensen, about 3,000 square feet. I'm buying everything outright for 23,000. It's gonna be about 23,000. So at the end, I'm not gonna owe nothing. So you pay $50,000, and then plus you gotta pay the people that put the panels on $300 a month.
Well, no, that's the 50,000 was a loan for the solar,
Okay.
and so it was the original part of the loan was $137 a month, but the following year it went up to nearly $300 a month because if you didn't pay it all off that first year, I don't really understand
It's
it.
not an interest-free loan?
No, we're paying interest on it. And so all I'm saying is between the solar and PG&E's high bills in the winter, yes, I feel like I've been scammed, and I'm getting ready to write a letter to the governor. I don't know how much good it will do, but I hope it will do some good because I'm a damn good letter writer.
A closed mouth don't get fed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna bring Maurice into the conversation here. Okay, guys, so we got Mr. Maurice Simpson. And if anybody out there at the end, we gonna always add some value to everybody's life. We talking about the subject. We hoping that we got more than just the three of us that's having the same situation. If you are having the same situation, chime in, make a comment, stop what you're doing. Let's talk about it. We might be able to figure out a solution where you might not have to pay as much. Right. Maurice, tell us who you are, and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Maurice Simpson, and it's certainly a pleasure to be here, Doug.
Oh, my pleasure.
Inviting me over.
Okay,
And
absolutely.
this is really concerning the post that I posted about a week ago concerning Prop 33, where the rental prices are making people homeless, along with the astronomical PG&E bills. I've had to help several people out of the kindness of my heart to save them from losing their PG&E because of the $700-800 monthly charge for their PG&E bills.
Outrageous.
So I'm a giver, so I always have a soft heart for people that's suffering that type of tragedy, Yes. But anyway, I kept looking at the commercials for Prop 33. And when I see that commercial for Prop 33, I look at all the homeless people all over the city, all over, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Any corner you turn, any alley, block, somebody's homeless somewhere.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, too.
Yes. So anyway, I was confused about the commercials that they were giving
And so,
concerning.
and how the correlation between the 33 and the PG&E bill.
The correlation in the 30, it's gonna outsource. outprice people being able to afford to live in a regular single family home or single family apartment.
Mhm.
There's no way they can continue to do it.
So Maurice, so in your personal situation, is your PG&E bill extreme or
Well, see,
moderate or
my
low?
my my
Watch the foam; it don't fall.
okay, my PG&E. To give you an example, when the extreme heat was here, was $370.
It's not bad.
It would have been $520, but the program that I'm in, the care program, cut that $140.
Mhm.
So that led me to only have to pay 370. Had I not been in the care program, I would have been paying 540 or $20, something like that.
Okay, okay.
So that's one of the reasons people that don't know about the care program or different programs that we've been researching could get into to help their PG&E. Because man, I don't want to see nobody go homeless.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody lose their PG&E.
Right.
Especially if you got kids at home that they're doing, what do you call it, the studying at home with the
Yes.
computers.
Yes.
In homeschooling with the computers.
Right.
That's a hard place to be when you got PG&E to pay.
May I add one thing?
Certainly.
When we first started with the solar, our during the summer, we paid hardly anything to PG&E. I mean, it was like $6 here, $4 there. It just was amazing. But winter is coming, and the solar does not cover heat.
As you use gas.
That's right.
You're going to be using more gas.
Right.
To heat the house. Yeah.
That's right. So go on, Maurice. I'm
But,
sorry.
my thing is anything we can do to, make this Prop 33 more discerning, or what's the word I'm looking for? Make everybody aware
Yeah.
of how to vote for Proposition 33, because we don't want to see nobody go homeless, man.
Right.
And then you got a lot of people that are apathetic about voting. Oh, my vote ain't going to count. Well, my parents taught me to do my civic duty.
Right.
Even though I only got one vote, that one vote's going to count.
It does.
So I want to encourage people that haven't voted or don't have the desire to vote to get out and vote. That's your civic duty.
Yes.
So,
May I say something about Prop 33?
Yeah, but we gonna talk about Prop
Okay.
33, but we want to make sure that what the people initially what we were talking about, we'll go to Prop 33. Initially, what we were talking about is the outrageous PG&E bills.
astronomical.
Astronomical is a beautiful word, big word. But Maurice was talking about the care program. It's a lot of programs out there, and a lot of people are aware of them. And the care program is a program designed specifically by PG&E, and it's income based. So you guys can you could always go to Google and fact check it. So if you're a person is one or two people staying in the household and you're making $40,800 or less, you can sign up for the care program, and the care program is beautiful. It'll reduce the bill from 20 to 27%. That's one program. And then the other programs we looked up, and it's called the iHeap. You remember that one?
Which used to be the LEAP program. They're one and the same. The iHeap and the LEAP program.
Is that the program that you could go to the Salvation Army?
No, that's through PG&E.
Okay.
And there's limited funds. I remember seeing a news flash. The end of September, they ran out of funds. Well, recently, one of my friends called me up and said, "Hey, EOC is accepting iHeap program online." So they must have got funding back for it.
Okay.
That was in the beginning of October. But at the end of September, they said, "Oh, the funds have been depleted. No more applications." So,
Right.
So it's a lot of programs out there, and I'm not trying to confuse you. So the care program is the program that usually most people go and sign up for, and they get that 27% discount. Then they got another program, PG&E. The FERA is FERA. If you submit an application and you don't qualify because you make too much money, they're going to automatically just take you to the FERA program. So those are people that might be making 50, 60, 70,000. a year. And then you guys got to remember out there, even if you owe PG&E six, seven, eight, $10,000, you can always ask for a forgiveness. They got a forgiveness program for you, but they'll put you on a payment plan, and then if you continue to do what you're supposed to do, 70, 80% of the times they might walk it off and you not have to pay anything. We looked at it earlier. How much was it? 8,000 was the max.
8,000 is the max. If your balance is outstanding, the balance exceeds 8,000. The remaining balance would be considered overage, but they only do it once a year. You can only apply for that once a year.
Once
I
a
think
year.
all the programs is only once, except for the CARE program.
And then what, Maurice and Miss Alice, what about EOC and the Salvation Army? What you guys researched? Did you come up with anything with that? So we here, we trying to
have
add
to
some
pull it up.
value to the people life. Is anybody out there? You on the Doug Best Show with Miss Alice Smith Corvo and Mr. Maurice Simpson. And I'm Doug Best. We here on the Doug Best Show. We just trying to add some value to your life. We hoping that a lot of people are tuning in.
We don't want to see nobody be homeless or lose their PG&E. That's the main reason I'm here. If we can add value, give you some pointers or some point you in the right direction to find the right resources to ease your pain and
financial burden.
Your financial burden, we're here to do it.
Yeah, so let's just kind of just veer off just a little bit. We're going to come back to the high utility bills. But Miss Alice, I really was just interested in, I'm not really sure if I was listening real close or if the listening audience was out there listening real close. Because in my mind, my first thought is, if I get solar, my bill is going to be so low, I'm going to be in love with PG&E.
In the summer.
Oh, in the summer.
In the summer.
Okay, so the units that I built over there, they all electrical. Okay, I'm projecting.
Stove.
Everything is electrical. There's no
electrical heat.
Yeah, the whole complex is electrical.
You're gonna
No
love it.
Gas. Even the hot water.
hot water. Everything's electrical. Because I'm projecting into the future.
That's
I'm
brilliant.
not staying there.
Brilliant thinking.
But I still got to pay the $24,000 to put the solar on there.
Right.
But I'm not buying nothing where I got to pay a monthly stroke. All of it's included in the gross. So you saying just stay with me, don't Miss Allen. So you teaching me and you teaching the people.
I hope so.
So you saying when we adding value, you on the Doug Best Show. If you guys get an opportunity, you go to YouTube, type in the Doug Best Show. We got 70, 80 different videos from different things all over the world. But tonight we just talking about PG&E, and we gonna touch Proposition 33 for a second. When we talking to Miss Alice Smith about she got solar, you paid $50,000.
53,000.
Okay, so just stay with it in my mind. So I'm just thinking. So if your PG&E bill was, how much was it a month?
Prior to that, it was nearly $800 a month.
Okay, nearly $800 a month. Okay, so, and then it got reduced down to what?
In the summertime,
I need my calculator. Y'all keep talking to me.
our bill, $5, $6, or the bill will come and it'll say negative $39. You won't owe anything for
Sell
for
energy back to PG&E.
right.
I heard one guy say his bill was $3. When he
Yes,
first got solar.
I believe it. But the problem is, I also have to pay off the loan, and
Okay, just hold on with me, Miss
Okay.
Alice. So what we teaching the people.
All
I
right.
got a calculator right
Okay.
here. Because I'm grandpa, baby. I got all the numbers got to make sense to me. I'm one of them number guys.
okay.
Okay, so I see you out there, Miss Cooper and Miss Muhammad. Somebody out there, if you got a question, you on the Doug Beck Show. We trying to figure out what we could do to get these bills lowered. Calling the governor, writing the governor is really not going to do nothing. I'm not busting your bubble. But what they got to call a Public Utilities Commission
Right.
office. That's who you got to write.
Okay.
So the governor don't necessarily see it. If somebody comes to Best Tax and they got a complaint and they call Miss Logan, I don't necessarily see it all the time. But if you so that's what they got, a Public Utilities Commission. That's who
Right.
controls if you got a firearm or you got alcohol license or something, alcohol, tobacco, and firearm. So they got a commission. But we're going to go back here.
Okay.
Okay, so you spent $50,000 on a loan. Was it?
53.
Oh, 50.
Total was 50.
Okay, so if you spent $53,000, just stay with me, guys out there. Somebody out there just listen to me. She spent $53,000, and she was paying $800 a month. $800 a month. How many months was you expecting to be able to go and pay the loan off? It says you'd have to pay 66 months.
I think it's for 25 years.
So I know we're going to live a long time. I hope I live like what those shit. I don't think 25 years, I mean, I'm like 32 right now. Oh my God. I don't see
70
everything.
and 25 is 95. So,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it'd
no.
be 100.
No, you can make it to 100. But everything that I do, when I spend all of my money, I try to see what the return on investment is.
Yeah.
If you're my son, you're my daughter, you're my friends, or somebody, I give you the money. I know you ain't gonna pay me back. I'm gonna be say, man, pay me. But when I put my money in something, if I spend $50,000, I want to be able to get my money. I'm a street dude.
Yeah.
I want to double my money. So if you spend $50,000, you want to be at least. You don't want to pay $800 a month. So right now, how much are you paying on an average?
In the summertime,
That's the beauty.
my PG&E bill, $5-6.
Okay, and that's because you only using electrical.
Right.
Through solar.
Okay.
Right.
Through solar. But in the wintertime, you're using gas.
Right.
And that's what a stickler is, huh?
Yeah. That's the winter bills will be $320 a month. But then I also have to pay that loan, which the first year the loan was only $137 a month. But after that, it went up to almost $300.
So is it adjustable rate loan? Or usually, when you buy a house or something, you get an adjustable rate loan or you get a fixed loan. I'm going to pay $100 a month for 30 years. But that's not the case. I'm going to put this camera on her so you can look at her face. Do you feel like you've been ripped off?
Yes. Yes.
This is what the Doug Best Show is all about. So when people going out there and they calling you and they telling you, which is a lie, you could get free solar in California. You could get free solar in California. They lying.
Free installation.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't hear about the free solar in California until a year later.
But you're not getting free solar.
No, I'm not.
No, nobody's getting free solar. It's the same thing. They saying
free
that.
installation, I believe.
Yeah, but then once they put it up, the company owns the solar panels on your house.
Yeah.
And then when you sell your house, you got to pay them first
Yes.
out of the equity. So there's never nothing free. Nobody's gonna give away no $50,000 unless you Maurice with that kind and gentle heart. I'm Maurice.
Hush boy.
Y'all on the Doug Best Show. Can somebody chime in? Miss Cooper, how much is your bill a month out there, Miss Cooper? Savannah Cooper. I'm looking at the people's names right here. You on the Doug Best Show. We ain't gonna go there long. Oh, you know her?
Yeah, I know Savannah.
Mm-hmm. Maurice. Okay, guys, so let's go. Maurice, so how much is your bill a month? $300?
In the summertime, it was when at 114-degree weather, 15-degree weather.
And you had that air conditioner on all the
I had
time?
that air conditioner on 24/7.
Okay.
And I got central air. I would average like $370.
It's not that bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
But that's being in the care program also.
Oh,
Because
yes.
see, like I said, the care program offset it by $140, which if they didn't, I would have been paying $510, $20.
Okay.
Oh my God.
$520 without that care program.
And then Miss Allen, so you say you don't have the care program just yet.
No.
Do you qualify?
No, because
Wait, I thought you want to have it. Wait, I got to get on the microphone. Miss Alice, the only way that you're not going to qualify for the care program, that means that you got a lot of money.
no.
I'm going to go back up here and see what they said up here. They said if you're making $40,800 a month, a year. And so let's do the math real fast. I'm trying to see how much money she working with. Okay, so she making, and then we divide that by 12. So if you're making more than $3,400 a month, you're not eligible.
That's right.
So the average person is not making $3,400 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be eligible for the care program.
No.
But you'll be eligible for the FERA, FERA program.
I will look into it as soon as I leave here.
So soon as so how the system goes, guys out there that's watching me, it said, I know the program. Maurice, I got you. We ain't gonna go long. So you sign up for the care program. This how it goes. I'm a landlord. So I know as soon as the people get in the house and then they don't pay the bill, they gonna come ask me, but I make sure I got all that stipulated in the landlord agreement that they entitled to pay everything. So when you do the care program, you guys go online and do the care program. It's like a little simple application. If you make too much money, they'll automatically send you to that FERA program.
Okay.
So they're going to help you. They're going to help you. And then Maurice earlier was saying, if you're a senior citizen, do you get a discount? The PG&E don't have programs for seniors, but they got other programs.
It's called a base something, deduction that they deduct off of, too, for senior citizens.
Yeah, Miss Cooper says she's got the care program. It says she averaging about $350 a month. I got a bill at my house for $450, and I ain't never there. But I guess ain't nothing on all the time. So, how you guys doing out there, guys? This Doug Best, he says, I also have a back amount of $950. So she's eligible
For the arrearage program, AMP program.
Mm-hmm.
If she has that.
You
back,
listening, Miss Cooper?
Yeah, it's called the.
Is anybody else out there? You on the Doug Best show right now. We talking about the outrageous prices of the PG&E.
Mm-hmm.
The AMP program is the maximum amount eligible for AMP forgiveness is $8,000
One time, though.
one time a year.
Okay.
If your outstanding balance exceeds $8,000, the remaining balance will be considered an overage.
Okay.
So
So, yeah.
that AMP program, they give you a certain amount to pay for a certain amount of months. If you mess up one time and don't pay it, you go right back to the original amount that you owed.
Okay. Yeah, guys, then another thing out there. So all you got to do is just go online and Google all this different stuff. There's all kinds of programs available. And then, Miss Alice, you want to just touch Proposition 33 and see how we could draw a correlation between Proposition 33 and the PG&E program. So guys out there that's listening to me right now, Proposition 33 in a nutshell. How you know, Doug? Because, you know, I'm a landlord. What Proposition 33 is saying that if you do Proposition 33 and you vote yes on Proposition 33, this is just an example. You got a 3-bedroom house, and they got a ceiling of the max that you could charge is $1,000. You're locked in there. So they saying if for the tenant, that's a good idea for rent rates.
So that's make you want to say yes.
Okay, but then what also the other people are saying, you know, if they lock the amount in at $1,000, that's gonna cause people not to want to build houses. I'm not necessarily sure about that, but that's so if you vote no, you're saying that, you know, the rates could keep going up and going up. I would see, like, you know, as a tenant, I would think that would be a good thing. But if you vote yes, you're saying that the rates where they are right now, they should stay locked in. So what happens when they put yes and they put no, it's so confusing. And then the people be wondering, well, what the hell is they talking about? We see a black lady on TV and she's saying she getting paid. Those are paid spokesmen. They not necessarily seem like they're doing a testimonial. But I don't know what you guys take on that. And how do we feed the people? Even though we talking about it, how do the people get something? What do they take away from it? How do it affect? How do it help your life?
Okay, so let me say this. That black lady on TV, yes, she's being paid to act that way and say the things she says, which is vote no on Prop 33. But here's what Google says about Prop 33. Prop 33 overturns more than 100 state housing laws and weakens the strongest statewide rent stability law in the nation. It also grants local governments broad authority to supersede California's historic statewide renter and unjust eviction protections. It also authorizes permanent price controls even on single family homes and condominiums. And finally, it enables local governments the ability to potentially hinder affordable housing development. Now, you are a real estate person. You own lots of property.
I'm a developer.
You're a developer. What do you think about what you just heard?
What do I think about what I just? She gonna put me on the spot. I'm ready, baby.
I know you are.
I'm Dougie. I'm ready. You on the Doug Best Show with y'all tune in. So what I think, voting no on Proposition 33, I mean, it's a benefit to me. So what the benefit is for the landowner, the landlord, the developer, we could keep raising the rates. But also we see the commercials on TV. Everybody's leaving California because everything is so high. So if you vote yes on Proposition 33, you put a ceiling on how much the people could keep charging you. But so I would think, you know, from a landlord's perspective, voting no, it helps me. Voting yes, it hurts the landlord because now he can't charge whatever he wants to charge. You know, and whatever the prevailing rates are, he might be locked in because they said for a 3-bedroom, you only could charge X amount, and then you can't charge more. So it's so contradictory, you know, but for a landlord or developer, I can't never really lose. Because I'm the self-developer, I'm the self-financer, I got my own money. Ain't no canceling me. As long as I don't do nothing wrong, baby, I'm like a hammer, too legit to quit. It's true.
this.
Y'all on the Doug Best Show. Y'all ain't where the people at. Somebody got to chime in. Maurice, help me, baby.
Yeah, well, my original Facebook post was about the confusing.
That's what these politics are so confusing.
Yeah.
The Mexican people loving
propos-
Donald Trump, and he. I'm not gonna get sidebarred off. The Mexican people loving Donald Trump, and he's. Go ahead, man, Maurice.
He called them coming from shithole countries.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about Africans then, though. Go
But
ahead, Maurice.
The Proposition 33 is so confusing when they have the counter active commercials. One commercial say, vote yes on 33 because the city government can keep a cap on the local rents. And then the other guy comes behind him and says, no, that's a Trojan horse to vote yes on 33. Vote no on 33. You know.
And then
That's what made me post that original post about it, you know, about a week ago concerning the confounding, you know, opposing ideas about it. You know,
so contradictory.
we was trying to clarify which way to vote on 33. I don't want to see nobody be homeless.
Right.
It's already an astronomical amount of people out there on the streets right now that you know it's pitiful to look at. My heart breaks every time I see them. Especially young people. I see them young people out there.
Right.
You know, young lady out there got no facilities to take care of herself out there. That's horrible.
Yeah. But Maurice, I'm not really sure that the propositions is the root cause of why people be homeless. Usually, the root cause of the people being homeless is their inability to manage their lives and their finances and drugs, and it could be a systemic something in their DNA or their upbringing or their mindset, that defective intelligence that's probably more than Proposition 33. I'm not defending.
The mental hospitals
We just
were
had
closed with Ronald Reagan. That was back in the 70s.
And he ended up getting Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So the people out there, you on the Doug Best Show, we trying to see anything else you guys want to talk about. So we talked about the CARE program. We talked about the FER program. We talked about the IHE program. We talked about PG&E got a forgiveness program.
AMP, the arrearage program.
Arrearage program. Yeah.
AMP, the original.
What I would like to know, Doug, is if you were just a regular human being, which you aren't, but if you were.
She asked me first before we go. She says, Maurice told me you were in prison, having my life. But what happened with me, they kept me in solitary confinement. But what happens when you're in solitary confinement, this is a sidebar. I was taking college classes, so they had to let me get on the typewriter. I make a love letter here, and then I do my homework, and I got straight A's. So I got multiple college degrees. But go ahead.
Awesome, really.
We don't want to confuse the people out there. They say, is he on there bragging about what he did? We on there trying to add some value to your life. about PG&E. You on the Doug Best Show. This is what we do on here. My son said that, sometimes, Pops, it seems like, you unstructured. I'm structured.
Yes,
but
you are.
I'm just using a little humor.
Right.
You got to entertain the people. My son says,
Right.
you got to give them the candy and feed them the medicine at the same time. We adding value
Very
to your
smart.
life.
That's why I'm asking you. If you were just a regular person like
What's
me,
regular, though?
I don't have a business.
Okay.
I live on my retirement income and
That's
my
beautiful.
husband's.
That's beautiful.
That's all that we have.
That's Miss Alice Smith Carvo.
And I want to know, if you were just a regular person like me, what would you vote on 33 if you didn't own properties and all of that?
If I was a regular person and I'm not being a property owner, even though I'm biased because I am a property owner and a developer, I would vote yes. The reason why I vote, I'm supposed to be impartial. I'm supposed to be the host. Somebody told me, man, anytime you get on there, you never commit to, do you like Donald Trump or do you like the black lady? Yeah, so the reason why I would vote yes, because I would want to be able to raise, I wouldn't want to be able to raise the rents, because I'm always in my mind, I'm always going to be thinking, one time, sooner or later, I'm going to own some property and I'm going to charge X amount of dollars, whatever the prevailing rate is. But it's so confusing, and then we telling people this, telling people that. When they go read Proposition 33, we got some politicians out there that's listening to us right now saying they don't know what the hell they talking about. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. It's all so confusing. Yeah, to be honest with you, Miss Alice.
Yes.
And checks and balances. If it's
Thank
checks and
you.
balances on rent caps, then yes, we vote yes. But on the other hand, if it's going to stop the production of new housing, which will expand, everybody's ability to get a home or get an apartment, it's hard to say.
So can I say this? What Proposition 33 really is about is capitalism and corporations. It's not about the little guy.
No, but capitalism is the system that we live in.
I know.
That ain't necessarily a little guy, big guy. Capitalism, yeah, not to contradict you, though, Miss Alice. Capitalism is the system that we live in. It's like dog eat dog, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to say that. But that's the system we stay in. So
We know.
there's no way around being in the capitalistic system. So what we really need, who we really need in there, we got a guy. I went the other day. We was on 4974 Clinton Avenue, and I seen a guy. His name Nick Richardson. He's running for Fresno City Council District 6. And they were talking. They asked, can you ask, is anybody in the audience want to ask a question? Immediately, I had a question. I said, my name's Doug Best. I just started a new podcast. And he was saying that, he'll go anywhere, anytime, and speak to anybody. And I said, would you come and be on the Doug Best Show? And he looked at, but he handled it so flawlessly. He says, I just said I would do it, and what would it look like if I told you no? Okay. So we need Nick on here. If anybody out there is named Nick Richardson, I don't know if we can't zoom in. Nick Richardson, he's for District 6. That's what I stay in his district. He's seen a black guy, but he probably think, even though I'm building some property on the west side, I don't stay on the west side. I don't stay on the west side.
I need to run for District 3 because I stay on the west side.
We got a little sister. Her name is, I'll think of it in a second. She's going to run for District 3 council seat in 2026. But let's go back to the subject, and then we're going to close out. Okay, guys, let's take 1 minute and close out and see if you can add a little value to the people's life. Miss Alice Smith Carvo.
Thank you, Doug. People, I just want to say, find out about those solar programs that California is supposed to give you for free. Find out about those. I didn't know about that.
You have to be in a certain zip code.
Okay, I know you have to be in a certain zip code.
And meet a certain income.
Oh, okay, a certain income. Okay, I don't know. It seems like they'll do things for people who as far as I'm concerned, they're at rock bottom. You know, why do they want us to be groveling in order to get these things? I mean,
Who?
middle Americans,
Who?
which I am,
It's a capitalistic system.
yeah, okay, capitalism. But you know, middle Americans should be able to access these things as well. I mean, you know, you have needs. Oh, let me tell you this. When you retire, everybody please listen. You're going to need 10 times the money you made when you were working, when you were able to work.
Exactly.
Because now you have to ask people to help you and they want to be paid. And they will be paid and they are not your friend.
You got to bring the correlation back to the PG&E.
Okay.
So the people's they out there thinking they said, oh, she didn't want to start talking about, she retired and she ain't got, but we was really talking about. So you gotta draw the correlation in and make it so you gotta always add some value to the people's life.
All I'm saying is if you have a high PG&E bill, contact PG&E first. They will tell you about their programs, or you can just go online. You'll find all of them online. And but before you decide to pay for solar, which is what we did, in order to lower our PG&E bills, it costs us a lot of money. And you don't necessarily want a $20, $30, $40, $50,000 loan just to get solar on your house. So find out about the free solar programs. Get all the information you can.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
All right.
And then, we're going to go to Maurice. And we talking about the astronomical PG&E bills, and we trying to add a little value to your life. And then, thank you, Miss Alice. I understand what you're saying. You feel like they rip you off. They took your $53,000 and you ain't got no great benefit. Maurice, tie it up and tell us what you're thinking.
Well, I got a benevolent heart. My mother taught me to be a giver, and she was a giver. If you need help with your PG&E, call me.
No, they call that a Captain Saber around here, but you can do what you want to do. Ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, but on the real side, I've helped a few people with their PG&E since it's been so high. And I suspect that the high PG&E bill, it just went up within the last couple of years when they had them fires up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
They got lawsuits from those. So I think we might be helping them pay for them lawsuits.
Absolutely.
We are public utilities.
That's what I was telling you.
They are working with PG&E and with Governor Newsom. I had to put his name in there, and it seems like they're in a little threesome. That isn't helping us; it's just helping them.
But the best program I know of is the LEAP program and the AMP program. One of those two, or the Salvation Army. I forgot about the Salvation Army. Doug mentioned the FER program, but the AMP, the Arrearage Management Program, called AMP, is you can have a maximum of $8,000, and
$8,000 that you owe.
That you owe. You have to pay a certain amount for a certain amount of months, and they'll wipe that bill out. But if you miss one payment, that bill goes back to the original amount that you owed from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. But they're all good programs, but you just have to be very disciplined.
Yes.
If you join this AMP program, make sure that you make them strokes when you're supposed to make them. Not 1 day late, because you can't be 1 day late on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we got Miss Alice Smith, and then make sure we say her Italian last name correctly, Carvo, and then we got Mr. Maurice Simpson here, and we on the Doug Best Show, and I wanna thank all the people that tuned in with us tonight. We went live. I got my American flag hook up on tonight, and then we're gonna close. Everybody out there is feeling the same crunch with the PG&E bill.
Yes.
I talk to people all the time. It could be rich people. You could have the financial resources to pay the bill, like me and my senorita do. But in our minds, I'm thinking that I'm being overcharged.
Yes.
Overcharged.
And then, and I want to thank the few people that chimed in, Miss Cooper and Miss Muhammad, that chimed in and made some comments. And oftentimes, when we do the Doug Best Show, we're going to do all kinds of things. I'm going to work my hardest to try to get the councilman, the person that's running for council for District 6, Mr. Nick Richardson, to come in and just talk about it. Sometimes we're going to have people like the lovely Miss Miss Alice, and the debonair, kind-hearted Mr. Maurice Simpson. And then we're going to have the people out there. Sometimes it's going to be
Yes.
different subject matters, but the whole object of the Doug Best Show is to add some value to the people's life and broaden the
That
base.
part, that part.
And I need
Helps you.
everybody out there, if you can, tell all your friends, just to go to YouTube and type in the Doug Best Show and have broadened it. And over time, I was telling my son the other day, I said, man, the reason why this thing is moving slow, because I spend 13, 14 hours over on my project. We close, baby.
Mhm.
And today we was working, me and my senorita was working on a tenant's house. About 5:15, I took off like a jackrabbit. We jumped in the truck. I went and took a shower real fast. I didn't have enough time to shave. Then I came here and I went in the back to get the check. The guy didn't have the check. I said, don't worry about it. We'll get it whenever we get it. But we here, we talking about the PG&E. If you guys know somebody that want to be a guest on the Doug Best Show, call me or text me or say something on Facebook. And then, as time go by, the program's going to grow. I'm Doug. I'm your friend. These are my friends, Maurice and Miss Alice. I love everybody out there. Thanks. Okay, Miss Alice.
It's definitely a pleasure.
So
Doug.
much.
It's always a pleasure. We got to tighten up. I gotta tell everybody out there I love you, and I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and just keep staying with us. I told my senorita today, I said, you know what, we're gonna take that $1,500 check we getting for the people to move in. We might get on a plane, we might go to the border,
Okay.
put me a tripod, and I got 2 portable microphones, and then I'm gonna talk to some Mexicans over there.
Okay.
Everybody think I'm playing on there. You think,
Nuh-uh.
hey, I'm telling everybody, they think, I say, I want to be like the Breakfast Club. He just talking. I ain't just talking, man. I could do everything.
He means it.
I'm going to do it. I'm your friend. I'm Doug. This is the Doug Best Show, and these my friends, Maurice and Miss Alice, and all my other friends out there that chime in. I love you, Miss Cooper and Miss Muhammad. I didn't see that many people chime in tonight, but it's always with love. I'll see you guys. We got to end the video.
Peace out.
Now, Doug,